Hello, let's practice some placement in smaller spreads. Let's go!
Let's go.
So today we are practicing, we did GTs yesterday and what it means in the larger picture. And today we are looking at the smaller spreads and what we have learned so far. We have our man and our lady card, obviously our MC1 and MC2, and I have put them into a spread, a 9 card random box spread. So all these cards are random. I actually have placed them as an exercise. However, it is in the theme of a random box spread. So the first thing we would notice in this spread, no matter what what method we are using, we will notice that our MC2, who is our querent, is sat at the bottom of our spread. So this is a relationship situation, and both characters are sat at the bottom. The relationship is a bit out of their control, bit in head action, and probably they're not taking the relationship in an active position. So they're letting the relationship roll. They are not actively seeking a betterment or improvements in the relationship or anything really. They're both sat at the bottom just letting it happen. So that's the first thing we will notice. The second thing we will notice is that they are auspiciously placed. They are looking at one another. When there is no card between the two character cards, we can suggest that it's an auspicious connection, it's a close connection, but there's not that much interaction. There's not, example, if we had convene in between the two cards, then we would have a togetherness, a lovely warm feeling of togetherness, but there's actually nothing there. So they are in an auspicious relationship, but there's again, not much action being taken, and there's nothing really, perhaps they don't have much in common at the moment. There's nothing binding them together. Above their heads, we do have obviously we would look to the middle card and have a look at this, particularly being a connector card in the center is auspicious, and then we would look to the nature of the cards around. But today we are just looking at placement. So the placement in this one is an auspicious relationship with a little control, little active participation, and not much going on between them. But it is an auspicious relationship. If I then shuffle these cards, so they come out randomly, we will see then if they fall in a less or a more auspicious placement. So that was the placement of our MC1 and MC2 last time. We have an MC1 exiting the spread. Sorry, my wand, or Lloyd's wand, should I say. Aha, she's above him, so she's in control of him right now. Okay, so the first thing we will see is that our MC2, who is our querent, has a good position in the spread. She has equal parts control to thought process or out of control, or what's weighing her down. So it's equal. She's equally balanced within the spread. She's at the beginning of the spread, which shows that she is trying to control her future. She is trying to control this relationship. She is trying to deal with her relationship situation. This is, I set the intention on purpose. This is somebody who has left her husband. So we immediately see that he is exiting the spread. He has exited the spread technically because she has left him already. And the good thing is she is in control of it. She is above him and very much in control of her situation. I obviously made the MC1 and the MC2 come out because I just reshuffled the cards with a different intention. So probably if I had laid a spread for my friend who has left her husband, MC1 wouldn't even come into the 9 cards. He would still be sat firmly in the deck, but obviously he was forced to show himself. So yes, she has a very good placement, a very balanced placement, and I'm doing this regardless of what he does, I'm in control of my future. And nice how he exits the spread. So I'll do one more, and I will set another friend using these cards. When I set an intention using a friend, it's because I know their situation and I know that the lovely cards will help me form a good read for you to understand. So as you can see, this spread is not for a friend who has left her husband or for a husband who has left his wife. These two are very much in each other's life. They have an auspicious read. They are looking at each other and they do have a card to share, albeit a stop card. It is a communication card. So they are in the process of talking about their relationship. They do have 2 cards above their heads and they're sat in the bottom. This shows that, again, they are riding out the relationship a little bit and leaving it to its own devices. They are talking about it though, so although they are not taking an active role, they're at least talking about the situation. And it is, as they say, a positive relationship, especially, I can't help looking at the other cards, but his thoughts fell in the middle, which is a romantic situation. So it is the communication is of a romantic nature, albeit not enough because we have Cupid up here. So yes, this is a positive placement, albeit one where they're writing out the relationship, but they are talking about it. So now a smaller spread. I have taken the MC1 and the MC2 and 3 other cards that are great in a relationship question. And I'm going to do a random line of sight. This could be a storyline that falls in a GT, for example. It could be a line that falls in a Siebenweg, the Path of 7. It could show in any of your linear spreads. So I randomly shuffle them. I take an intention of a couple that I know. I'm not naming any names. And then I place them and we talk purely about the placement here. So here we have a wonderful placement of the cards chosen. We have in the center of the 2, we have these looking on at each other as a auspicious read. So they are looking auspiciously on one another. We have her connected to good outcome and he is connected to good outcome too. We could see this being a more sexual from his side and a more platonic or loving from her side. But they are both connected and auspiciously placed and connected to good outcome. Behind his back, we have a military person, and it's good that it falls behind his back and not within this mix, because this shows an even relationship, albeit his is more sexual than hers. It is still two connectors and the good outcome, and then he lays at the back like an odd sock. It may be something that our MC1 struggles with. Could be somebody our man struggles with, but they do have an auspicious relationship here. I choose another couple. You may have guessed this is the couple where my friend has left her husband. And see how the cards fall very differently. Military person, short illness, good outcome, MC1, MC2, state of marriage. We have our MC1 looking forward. He does have good outcome in front of him, so he is going to have a positive exit from this relationship. They share nothing, and he is living his life in this direction. Our MC2 is looking for a different relationship. She is looking for a connection going forward. But again, they fall inauspiciously back to back. Last one. It's a very negative placement of MC1 and MC2. MC1 is exiting the spread. He has had enough. We have state of marriage behind his back. That is a negative state of marriage and a negative outcome. Good outcome may actually make the situation better, because even though it's in an inauspicious placement, it still has warmth to it. So it's not like some cards that turn mega negative. It still has some warmth, and the connector of state of marriage could actually, especially with a good outcome next to it, could actually pull them back together. So he may be thinking of leaving or feeling like he needs to leave, but there is this drag, this connection that is holding them together despite this negative situation. She has military person in front of her. She is very tough, standing strong in her situation, and she sees the situation as very negative going forward. She has negative connotations in this. It's a down patch here. It's like setting the rules and down. So she may actually be closed for business, if you like. Very close for business. And behind their back again, I've explained that. So it is an inauspicious placement, but these two cards may just drag them back in together. Stalk us on social media. We are absolutely everywhere. And if you want to find me at the Card Geek and hashtag the Card Geek or hashtag TCG Kipper, I check those regularly so I can do reposts and comment on your spreads.